The 30-year mortgage rate has bounced back into the sevens.
Higher mortgage rates continue. Well, mortgage rates.
The Federal Reserve comes out and says he is not going to be lowering rates anytime soon. The White House and the state of California issuing statements giving us a clue of where the housing market's going in 2024. One of the other opportunities that home buyers have right is the EcoSmart Mortgage. This is a brand new loan product. And so if you're buying a house right now and that property is on, say, Edison or PG&E, there is a really unique opportunity right now to take advantage of solar that did not exist just months ago. I'm Chris Lamb, and this is My Mortgage Minute. Before we get into this information, please make sure to like, subscribe, download, or hit those notifications so we can make sure we get this message out there. And there's just so much to cover. It's February in 2024, and the first thing we want to talk about is interest rates. Now, for most people that heard the Fed in December, a lot of people in the real estate and mortgage industry were cheering and happy that the Fed was coming in to save the industry because it's been so slow for the last year due to high interest rates, only to see inflation numbers continue to fight the Fed's work at aggressively hiking rates, and the Fed coming out in the most recent months and saying that they are not in a rush to lower rates. As a result of that, the 30-year mortgage rate has bounced back into the sevens. And as we head into the spring, many home buyers are still facing the difficulty of affordability because of interest rates and things like insurance costs in California, and even energy costs as electricity went up 38% in many parts of California. So this is something we're going to want to keep our eyes on as we move into the spring. The other thing we wanted to talk about is the White House and the state of California have issued statements about their plan to create more inventory or homes for sale to address the housing shortage that we've all been experiencing. And if you read what they're talking about, again, this is California, and this is coming directly out of the White House through the Biden administration. They're basically saying the same thing. Now, for people that want to buy real estate, or if someone is calling me right now because I do mortgages and they're like, we want to figure out how to make the best decision to buy a house or to buy an investment property, what you have to look at is where things are going. And I really think we're starting to see a clear picture of that right now. So when you look at both of these bills, and I will put them in the links in the descriptions below, what you're really seeing is they're doubling down on high density. And what that means is instead of allowing builders to develop more land and create subdivisions, sort of sprawling out around cities, they're wanting to do infill, where they allow people to actually essentially cut their lot in half and add tiny homes or accessory dwelling units to create housing solutions in metropolitan areas. Now, some people in states like Washington and people in some of the bigger cities in California, like Sacramento, down in Southern California, they've already been taking advantage of some of these bills. And I know a lot of people who have done really well doing this, but a lot of people have not caught on to this. And essentially what we're seeing is the rules or the permitting process for a home buyer or an existing homeowner to create extra value on their property by having an accessory dwelling unit up to 1,200 square feet built on their property is getting easier and cheaper by the day. The other big play that a lot of guys are making is that you can now do lot line adjustments through some of these bills, which would allow you to actually sell that additional house off of your property, which is pretty crazy if you think about it. So these are some of the things that people want to be paying attention to. As a mortgage lender, I'm meeting with home buyers all the time, and one of the things that they're challenged with is affordability. And so the number one thing that we talk about is how do you find underutilized income potential? And one of the best ways to do that right now is to understand some of these laws and to find properties that have maybe detached garages or outbuildings that you can take advantage of, bills like Senate Bill 9 in California, convert that into an accessory dwelling unit, and now you have additional income and value on the property that no one has taken advantage of yet. One of the other opportunities that home buyers have right now in February is the EcoSmart Mortgage. This is a brand new loan product that 13 loan officers in the nation are piloting through FHA that allow you to purchase a property and include a complete solar package, including a backup battery system, a brand new roof, and to modernize your home without having to do a renovation loan. It's actually quite simple. If you find a house, you'll get a bid on solar, a battery backup system, and even a new roof. And once you close escrow, generally within 60 days, you can have all of those items installed. Now, why is that so important? Well, for people that live in states like Florida, Arizona, California, Kansas, that have high-cost utility companies, those costs are going up every year. In fact, in California, PG&E raised the rates by almost 38% in many areas in the beginning of 2024. And, the average person in California is paying somewhere between $1,000 and $2,000 a month in electricity right now. And so if you're buying a house right now and that property is on, say, Edison or PG&E, that's a lot of money to buy a property and then to have to pay $1,000 for your energy. And so this is a way that someone can purchase a property, they can modernize the property with energy efficiency upgrades and have a $0 electricity bill at the end of the month, which is going to give them increased value and make that house a lot more comfortable to live in. So for people that are looking at purchasing properties, or if they have an existing home, they don't have solar, they don't have a battery backup system, they've looked at it, they didn't have the 60, 70 grand to pay for it, or the loan options that have been out there did not make sense, which much of them don't. There is a really unique opportunity right now to take advantage of solar that did not exist just months ago. So make sure you comment in the comments or just send me a DM, and I'd love to answer your questions on that. Lastly, as we head into March, I just want to make sure that you guys know that you can reach out to me for anything. I am a mortgage lender professionally, but I have clients now all over the country who call me all the time to ask for advice. And if there's anything that I can do for you, I hope you reach out to me. I do check my comments on a regular basis every day. And so feel free to ask any questions. I hope you and your family are doing well, and we'll see you next month.